It's the final in Rome, and we've got the big one. Jannik Sinner, on his return to tennis, makes the final in his home country, and he's up against last year's French Open champion, Carlos Alcaraz. The best match in tennis we could hope for. This is the preview. Let's go through it. That's right, people. And before we go anywhere, smash a like, subscribe. Let's get stuck into this because it's the biggest match, isn't it? It's the one we were all really hoping for. And we've got Jannik Sinner versus Carlos Alcaraz again as they continue their rivalry on the ATP Tour. Well, who are we going to speak about first? I think we should go back to the start of the semi-finals. Carlos Alcaraz came through, defeated Lorenzo Musetti in Italy. So he's taken out one Italian already. A lot of people were wondering what kind of shape he would be in coming back from injury. Well, he's made his 8th Masters final and the first time he's made the Rome final as well. 39th top 10 win and 14-1 on clay in 2025. I think everybody can see what level Carlos is playing at the moment. And this performance against Lorenzo Musetti, it was a very confident, I would say, he's not even playing his best tennis, Carlos Alcaraz. And that's the good thing for him because we know he's got some levels to go up to be able to play even better, beat better players who are playing even better than Musetti did. And he may need that in the final because Jannik Sinner, as we know, has been playing some incredible tennis. After his win, this is an important takeaway that he had. He said, today it wasn't about playing brilliant, spectacular tennis. It was, as you said, about playing smart tennis, just to play solid. Go to the point when you can, waiting for the chances to play aggressive. And he did that perfectly. I thought it was just one of those matches where I just knew who was going to win, to be honest. And even in this match, like against Draper, still in sets, he manages just to find a way to win. When he was down a break in the first set against Draper, came back, won 4 games in a row. And in this second set, he came back from a breakdown to beat Musetti in a tiebreak. I mean, Musetti seems to have the level to a point to force the tiebreak, but as soon as we were in the tiebreak, I had that feeling that Alcaraz's level just gets raised just a touch, just to get it over the line. And after that performance, Musetti even said, Carlos is a phenomenon who has been criticized too much. You just have to look at the results. The best Carlos on clay is the best of all. He's an opponent who has few weaknesses. So he recognizes it. He knows how difficult a match that was. And considering how well he was playing, he still wasn't even able to win a set. So looking at Carlos's route through to the final, he defeated Dusan Lajovic in straight sets, Laszlo Djere in straight sets. Then it was Karan Khachanov in 3. That's the only set he's dropped. So credit to Khachanov there. And then Jack Draper straight sets. And then Lorenzo Musetti also in straight sets. But it's not going to be a walk in the park in the final, that's for sure, because he's up against the new, is it improved, Jannik Sinner? Because if it is even scarier than it was before. Jannik Sinner defeated Tommy Paul, but it wasn't without incident. No, he lost the first set, and there were probably Italians around the world thinking, where is the Jannik Sinner that just defeated Casper Ruud so convincingly? He beat him 6-1, 6-love. Not 6-love, 6-1, sorry. And then Tommy Paul comes on court and beats Sinner 6-1 in the first set. I thought Tommy Paul was playing brilliantly, handling the nerves, handling the occasion very, very well. And Jannik Sinner looked out of sorts in that first set, couldn't get his game going. And Tommy Paul might have been thinking, wow, this is a bit easy. I didn't expect this whatsoever. And then it happened. the click. Boom. After he lost that first set, the God mode returned for Jannik Sinner. And as soon as he was 3-love up, it had that ominous feel. And then he won 12 of the last 15 games. 3 months away, he came back hungrier than ever. 7th Masters final, 26th consecutive win, 21 out of the last 22 sets. Don't mess with the best, it says here. The level he brought in that second set, it did remind me of that last match against Casper Ruud. And even the level in the third, Tommy Paul, let's have it right, he actually played very well in this match. And people can look at it and look at the scoreline and think, well, got lucky in that first set. No, he played brilliantly. And some of the winners Tommy Paul was hitting or having to hit against Jannik Sinner, Sinner was scrambling, couldn't even get close to some of the shots that Tommy Paul was hitting. And that makes it even more impressive for me. Look at this. I mean, Sinner crushing an 100-mile-an-hour forehand against Tommy Paul. He just hits the ball different. Yeah, he really does. He hits it from all different heights, all different places on the court. Yeah, he's like an enigma at the moment, is Jannik Sinner. It's crazy. And even to think he's carrying a little bit of an injury as well. So the two finalists we've seen not really at their top level, potentially. And look where we are. They're the best two in the world by far, it would seem. They asked Sinner about his leg. They said, I have to ask you about your leg. You seemed a bit in a bit of discomfort in the last set. How is your leg affecting you? Are you concerned about Sunday? And Jannik said, since the third or the fourth round, I've had a small blister under my feet, which doesn't allow me to move as well in some moments. Today, I felt it more than yesterday. It's connected with that. Leg-wise, I'm not concerned. It's just a bit tight. It's normal. But yeah, I have to take care of this blister. But there's no excuses. With adrenaline, there's going to be a lot of energy on Sunday. I'm 100% not concerned. Well, this is a different Jannik Sinner to a few years back. Remember him pulling out of tournaments, having blisters on his feet. This one, it's just a flesh wound. Don't worry. I'll walk through the fire. I'll walk through the pain. The adrenaline will cover it up, and he'll get no more adrenaline than in front of a home crowd that are trying to cheer him on to incredible victory. Can he do it on his first tournament back? That's the question. He was asked about the match as well, obviously. He said, I tried to stay there mentally. The conditions were completely different, much colder. The ball was heavier, struggled with that a bit. He broke me straight away. So that's a punch, a straight punch in my face. But I tried to stay there mentally, trying to understand what might work better. I stayed there in the first set. Winning one game for me was very important. Tennis can change quickly. That's what I said yesterday with Casper. Every moment is very crucial. Very happy to be in the final. Yeah, very level-headed approach to losing a first set. But losing it 6-1 was important just to get the game on the board, just to know that he wasn't playing that badly, but there was something in there he needed to change, and he definitely made the adjustments in that second set. You saw 6-love, just insanity. And he becomes the second player in the Open era to win a set with a 6-love scoreline in both the quarterfinals and semifinals at the Italian Open after Aaron Krickstein in 1984. There you go, a little bit of tennis history for you there. This was Sinner's route through to the final on his first tournament back. He defeated Navone, a great clay court player, in the first round in straight sets. De Jong, who was having a great tournament himself, did him in straight sets. Francisco Cerundolo, he is, I'd say, the litmus test for if you are doing well on clay, and he managed to beat him, even though it was a tough match, in straight sets. Then we had Casper Ruud. You thought, wow, this guy's just won Madrid, won his first Masters. He's in incredible form. He's into the quarterfinals. Oh, it was straight sets, but the most convincing straight sets of the whole lot of them. And then he gets to the semi-final, drops the first set with a breadstick, But then the normal Sinner, I say the normal, it's very abnormal the way he's playing. It almost looks like he's being controlled by AI or a robot or something. He just looks on another planet right now. Against Carlos, they have a head-to-head that spans 10 matches so far, 6 in favor of Carlos Alcaraz, 4 in favor of Jannik Sinner. But before the last 3 matches, it was 4-3 for Jannik Sinner because Carlos Alcaraz has won the last 3 matches. All of their matches last year were won by Carlos Alcaraz. An Indian Wells semi-final, a Roland Garros semi-final, and the Beijing final. So Jannik Sinner, he may have a point to prove in this final. He's in front of the home faithful. Will that play a factor in this final? Carlos has already been up against an Italian in the semi-final. He seemed to handle the pressure pretty well. His level rises, but does it rise to a level which is enough to defeat Jannik Sinner? That's the big question here. And Jannik Sinner, we just don't know. Like if he has another first set like against Tommy Paul, is he going to be able to dig himself out the hole against someone like Carlos Alcaraz, who is definitely better than Tommy Paul on the clay courts? There's a lot of unknown questions, but I'm going to have to give a prediction. I'm going to have to work it out. For me, this one definitely goes to 3 sets. I know I say it a lot, but this I don't see it going any other way. These two are both so good and definitely good enough for a set. It's just about who wins that decider, who has that extra level, who can be consistent enough to be able to get this over the line. I think the crowd are going to play a factor. And I think, yes, Jannik Sinner is going to win the Italian Open in Rome on his return to tennis for the big fairy tale ending. But there you go. That's my prediction. Jannik Sinner to win in 3 sets. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Or do you have Carlos Alcaraz winning the whole thing? I want to know your thoughts. Put them in that comment section below. And if you haven't done so yet, give us a like on the video, subscribe, and we'll see you for some reactions coming up very soon.